All right, time to go back to our breaking news we've been covering all day. Our Cole Miller joins us now with what some of the passengers who experienced this crash, what they lived through.
Well, Dan, Eileen, like Chris mentioned there, roughly 100 people were taken to local hospitalized. That was actually from the Washington State Patrol PIO. 77 passengers on that train, 7 more crew members, and now we're hearing from some of those who survived that twisted metal mess. Take a listen.
It's like we're turning and spinning, and the train behind us hit us, and it was just like a whole lot going on.
Passenger says at first it just felt like the car he was in had come off the rails. Seconds later, though, he describes the chaos as a ricochet, those cars smashing into one another. Another man on board says the train was passing traffic there on I-5, guessing it was traveling anywhere between 70 and 80 miles an hour at the time that derailment took place. And those are similar accounts to what we've been hearing. Confusion in those first few minutes before realizing the magnitude of what was happening and what they were going through.
We felt a little bit of a jolt, and then at a certain point, we could hear crumpling of the train car, and we were catapulted into the seats in front of us.
And while some people have been treated and released, receiving medical care, we're told earlier in the day at least a dozen people, if not more, have serious or critical injuries. That number likely to change. Now, in some earlier photos we saw today, you could see a triage tent set up there in between the lanes of I-5. First responders immediately getting to work, treating those they could. And earlier today, officials had said that there were some train cars they couldn't get to, those that were hanging off the bridge until they could be stabilized. But we heard at the top of the hour there from Washington State Patrol that they have been able to get through all of those train cars. Back to you guys.